What's going on, everybody? This is Joe. We are here, as you can see, opening some Kaladesh pre-release kits. I am super excited. It is time. It is that time. I hope you guys are as excited about this set as I am. It looks fantastic. Without further ado, let's just crack into the first one. We got 2 in this video, 2 in the next video. Hopefully you guys will be able to see when those come out. You should subscribe down below so that you can. There is actually, for the first time, actual instructions on how to open the box. Now, I have done my homework, I've seen the videos, and I will say that and hopefully now actually be able to open the box. We'll see. Slide it out of this little holder here. Look at how fancy it is. It's got this red button on the top. It's got all the filigree pattern all over it. Absolutely awesome. And I'm going to press this unlock button here, which then allows the box to not make me look like an idiot. Yeah, it opens. Okay, cool. So the box is now open. We've got the D20 as usual. It is the black D20 this time, and it's got the Kaladesh set symbol on it, so that's great. One of the other cool things that's in here, if you guys are not familiar with the channel, I have Amy and Dave with me here. I am going to give them this. It's the little Thopter insert that they have here. Give them the opportunity to try to put this thing together. I have 2 pre-release kits to open. Let's see if they can complete this Thopter that I'm passing to them right now by the time I'm done with this opening, because if so, there's obviously the second one. But otherwise, we'll check in with them afterwards. So we'll see how that goes. We've got the little deck separator that they usually give us. We've also got the letter welcoming you to Kaladesh and talking about the set and all that good stuff. So we'll leave that on the side. And the most important part are the packs and the promo. Our promo is Architect of the Untamed. And actually what I'm going to do is zoom in for all of you so that you can see these a heck of a lot better. There it is. It's actually got a pretty awesome foiling pattern. The background looks fantastic. I appreciate that greatly. So there's Architect of the Untamed. I'm not going to take it out of the package. It's just a magic card. Nothing super special there. The more important part is here, all of the individual packs. So let's open them up. Let's see what we get. Hopefully we get something cool. We start with this angel pack. At least I believe it's an angel. It's going to take me a bit to memorize all the names of these cards and stuff, but we're going to get right into it. And our first pack, we have... there we go. Reckless Fireweaver. Inspired Charge. Ether Tradewinds, excuse me. I'm going to make that mistake a lot. I'm going to try not to. It is Ether, not Aether. They've talked about that. The High Spire Artisan. The Night Market Lookout. Super cool. I like the contrast in colors and the fact that he actually blends in really, really well. And yet it's so bright in the background. I mean, we haven't really seen it a lot yet, except for really with the box, but the colors that are used in this set are absolutely fantastic. Here is the Gear Seeker Serpent. Basically, the card that has affinity but doesn't have affinity is the Gear Seeker Serpent. We've got one of our first puzzle knots in the Fire Forgers puzzle knot. Looks actually really, really good. I like the art on that a lot. After that, we've got Renegade Tactics. We've got, speaking of Renegade, we've got a Renegade Freighter. It is our first vehicle. It has the vehicle card frame. Awesome, just fantastic, and it's a common. I'm looking forward to playing some vehicles this weekend. I don't know about you guys. We've got Pressure Point. It's a reprint. It actually looks really interesting with this little man attacking this giant fox-looking thing. Weird. Interesting. We've got Shrewd Negotiation. I love this card. I love the flavor of this card. It's our first uncommon. Yeah, the flavor's fantastic. The art's really cool. It's super awesome, and I love it. Behind that, we have a Maul Fist Doorbuster. The guy is just punching heated holes in the door, which is really awesome with his Maul Fist. That's our second uncommon. Our third is Diabolic Tutor. I love it. I love this reprint so much. I love the art so much. It's a callback to original Diabolic Tutor. If you didn't know that, go look up the art for original Diabolic Tutor. Originally, when I looked at this, I was like, why does Chandra's face look so weird? And then I looked at the other card, or I remembered the other card that they were basically reprinting with this art, and then I realized why Chandra's face looked so weird. So there you go with Diabolic Tutor. It's super flavorful that Liliana is the one who is in place of the skeleton because of her necromancy and all that good stuff. So here's Diabolic Tutor. Behind that, our first rare or mythic is an Inspiring Vantage. Not bad. It's one of the new fast lands. So there we go. We completed the fast land cycle in this set, and here's our first one in our first pack. Behind Inspiring Vantage, we have an island. I'm looking forward to seeing all the lands. I haven't really gotten a chance to see all the different land art here. The ether with the swirly filigree ether looks really awesome in this set, so I'm looking forward to seeing how they do that with the lands. So there's an island and then a servo token, first of our servo tokens. Then we have a Dovin Bond pack, our new Planeswalker friend, our Vedalken Planeswalker, Dovin Bond, six-fingered, starts the story off. At least, you know, once the Gatewatch get to Ravnica, that is. We have the Thriving Ibex. There are a lot of thriving creatures in this set, which is very flavorful. I appreciate that. So here's the Thriving Ibex to start. We've got Select for Inspection. Great card. Awesome name. Just works really well. We've got Cathartic Reunion. All the feels in this card with Chandra reuniting with her mother, Pia. Hopefully we'll see Pia soon, but here's Chandra reuniting with her mother. Adorable. We have Wily Bander. Very interesting. This is the cat monkey that everybody's been talking about. Super odd that there's a cat monkey. I don't know how I feel about a cat monkey, and it gains indestructible for some weird reason. Anyway, we have the Prakata Club Security. I like this. I like the colors on it a lot. The pattern looks really cool. It's our first, I believe our first, Aetherborn. So here's the Aetherborn. We actually just read a story about the Aetherborn the Wednesday before pre-release. You guys can check that out on our channel. I'm sure I'll link it at the top at some point. But we have a series where Amy and I review the stories of Magic, and we just talked about the Aetherborn. We learned about a whole new race of people in Magic. So there you go, Aetherborn. We have another puzzle knot, the Cogworkers puzzle knot. I appreciate the flavor of the puzzle knots in that the puzzle knots, when you get a benefit when they come into play, which is great, but then when you sacrifice them, aka when you've completed the puzzle knot, when you've completed the puzzle, you get another benefit as well. I think that's awesome. You get the prize that's inside. Really, really cool. So there's a Cogworkers puzzle knot. We have a Tidy Conclusion, great removal spell, awesome, awesome art of that Aetherborn. I love with all the Aetherborn, it's kind of sad when you read the story, but I love that you can kind of see the cracks in them, and you can see the ether flowing underneath that gives them life. So this card's fantastic. Under that, we have Inventor's Goggles. Pretty awesome. Pretty flavorful for Kaladesh as an inventor-based set. We have Larger Than Life. Insert Backstreet Boys joke here, but here's Larger Than Life. Behind Larger Than Life, we have Revoke Privileges, an amazing pacifism, an amazing arrest, whatever you want to call it. They just can't crew vehicles as well. It's just fantastic. I like that a lot. Our first uncommon in this pack is the Foundry Inspector. Pretty cool. I love the colors. Like, it's an artifact, so you would think silver and drab and dark, and it's just not. It's gold, it's bright, it's shiny, it's fantastic. So there's the Foundry Inspector. Behind that, I love this art too. Furious Reprisal. Chandra is really at play in this set, I guess no pun intended. This art with her is absolutely beautiful. I love it. She looks fantastic. Hopefully we'll see a better looking Chandra pretty soon, and we can talk about that. I'd be super excited about that. But here's Furious Reprisal. Again, just also a great card. So there you go. Our last uncommon is the Consulate Surveillance. Interesting. I love the kind of the sweeping shots of the city of Kaladesh during the Inventors Fair. It just looks really amazing. So here is your Consulate Surveillance. Behind that, our rare or mythic in this pack is Wildest Dreams. So I asked for some of the filigree pattern. I asked for some of the swirliness in the sky. Here it is. I don't really have much else to say about this card. It does look absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So there you go. There's that. Behind that, I think there's something else back here. Nope, it's just a plains. And behind the plains, although just a plains, it's a really cool looking plains. And behind the plains, boo, an ad card. I mean, you know, it I guess looks kind of cool. But yeah, that's all that is, so we'll leave that on the side. Speaking of cool-looking Chandras, come on. We got to get a mythic at least in one of these packs, and hopefully it's Chandra. Because she looks to be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to opening up a Chandra at some point. As I mentioned, if you subscribe, we'll be opening other product as well. We've got booster boxes coming, we've got fat packs coming, so yeah. But we start with our first gremlin of the set. This is the Ruinous Gremlin. So there's the Ruinous Gremlin. I love these guys. They're so cool. Very interesting race of creature to have on Kaladesh. Creatures that thrive on eating metal, eating mechanical things, like all of the new vehicles. We have the Eddy Trail Hawk. Look at how beautiful this card is. This is one of the commons that I always talk about where I would have no problem opening this common as a foil because I'm sure it will look absolutely incredible. So there's the Eddy Trail Hawk. We have the Weld-Fast Wingsmith, just a person who made themselves wings. And there's no, I appreciate the fact that there is no Icarus joke on this card, because I feel like that's pretty easy when someone has their own wings to make an Icarus flew too close to the sun joke. So they kept themselves from doing that, so I appreciate that. Behind that, we have an Ornamental Courage. Awesome, just getting decked out, suiting up, if you will, for all of our How I Met Your Mother fans out there. So there you go, Ornamental Courage. We have Live Fast. This card is absolutely beautiful. It is only contrasted by what I hope we will see soon, which is its counterpart of Die Young. But this card is beautiful. Die Young is absolutely tragic. And again, with the story that we just read this past week, or that just came out this past week, it really tugs at the heartstrings. So, but these cards are both fantastic. I appreciate them both. So here's Live Fast. Here is the Aradara Express. AKA the obvious joke of All Aboard the Hype Train, the 8/6 menacing train, one of the first, or the first as far as I know, train in Magic. So here we go, All Aboard the Hype Train. Giant Spectacle. There are apparently giants on Kaladesh that just kind of are around. I guess they kind of inspire the Gear Hulks that, again, hopefully we'll see at some point. There it is, Die Young. Super tragic, super sad. Just looking at the card art, yeah, it looks kind of sad. Read the story. Go watch our video if you haven't seen it. It's so sad. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful and incredible, but super, super sad. So I encourage you to definitely go read the story. You can go watch our review of it afterwards if you are curious. Behind that, more Weld-Fast. It's the Weld-Fast Monitor. Looks really cool. It looks a lot like a lizard because it is supposed to be a lizard, but it's an artifact lizard, which is very interesting. So there's that. Behind that, we have another pressure point and a Hazardous Conditions. It's our first gold card, I believe. Looks insane. Look at how cool that looks. Just dark, but still somehow colorful because we're on Kaladesh. It's our first uncommon for this pack. Behind that, we have a Fretwork Colony. I like the flavor of this card a lot. Not speaking about playability necessarily, but I like the flavor of it a lot, where as it grows, the colony gets bigger, or as turns go by, the colony gets bigger, and so this card gets bigger. It just is really cool, and again, very flavorful as well. Behind that, we have another gold card in Veteran Motorist. Not bad. It's our first pilot, I believe. It's a dwarf. I'm pretty partial to dwarves. I am a dwarf in D&D, so there we go. We have the Veteran Motorist. Awesome. Just dwarves, pilots. I love them both in this set, so there you go. Behind that, our rare or mythic is the Key to the City. I mean, these rares are kind of cool, not anything super exciting yet. It looks pretty nice, and it's flavorful for Kaladesh, for artifacts. To have a Key to the City, it makes perfect sense. So there you go. Behind the Key to the City, we have a forest. Looks pretty awesome. And behind the forest, a construct. This construct looks amazing. I love this construct. So there's that. Next, we saw Chandra in the last pack. Now we have Saheeli Rai on the front of this one. Maybe. We shall see. We start with this beautiful piece of art that we've already talked about. The Eddie Trail Hawk. Behind that, another Weldfast Wingsmith. Spontaneous Artist. Very interesting. You know, it reminds me of the cards, or the I believe at least Unhinged, where they cared about artists on the cards, and there was a card that referenced artists in the name. I don't know. This might be the first one since then, and the first, you know, non-joke card that references artist in the title. So there you go, Spontaneous Artist. Behind that, the Aviary Mechanic. Card's great. I'm looking forward to casting this in Limited. It's another dwarf. So there you go. We have Takedown. Look at how cool Takedown looks. It's an artifact going up against a Drake, or a Thopter going up against a Drake. It just looks fantastic. The colors, the fact that the Drake is backlit and its wings are kind of see-through or transparent there, that's really awesome. After Takedown, we have another Prakata Club Security. Here it is, Sky Skiff. I like vehicles a lot. I've talked about that already. This one's really cool. It's really good. I'm looking forward to playing vehicles. This card's just great. It's a really good one. Behind that, the Dukara Peafowl. Interesting. Dukara Peafowl. Interesting name. Interesting names of locations here on Kaladesh. Just looks fantastic. I like it a lot. So there's the Dukara Peafowl. Behind that card, we have Torch Gauntlet. Okay, it's got what looks like power going into it with this blue thing here. And again, it's a Torch Gauntlet, so you can see that would be where the fire would come out. So there you go. Not bad at all. Torch Gauntlet. Speaking of backlit transparent wings, we have the Foundry Screecher. Really cool. Again, just a great, cool black card. Behind that, another gold card in the Imperial Voyager. Awesome. Again, you can really prominently see the 6 fingers, or at least here the 5 fingers. You can't really see his thumb, but it's a Vidalkin, it's a gold card, and it's our first uncommon in this pack, and it looks great. I love the rays of the sun. So there you go. Behind that, Ceremonious Rejection. Awesome. Very flavorful for the set. Again, here you can really see the 6 fingers, but it counters a colorless spell, and it really just shows this consulate member. It's possibly Padim, but I don't think so. But going through and kind of just shunning the invention, saying it's not good enough, which counters it. So you can't have it in play. Behind that, we have a Creeping Mold. We've seen a lot of cards like this in the past in green. They like doing that. So here's Creeping Mold. It looks okay. I like the kind of the green kind of overtaking, creeping appropriately. And our rare or mythic, it's a rare, is the Lothnu Hellion. Weird once again. Looks really cool. It's a Hellion. We've seen a lot of Hellions. It's not really much different than any other Hellion, but here it is, the Lashnu Hellion, or Lathnu Hellion. Behind that, a Mountain, and behind that, a Thopter token, a new Thopter art for us. Looks pretty cool. I am looking for some gas, maybe, out of these packs. I haven't seen anything. There's some sweet stuff in this set, and I'm not seeing anything out of this box yet, or kit, if you will. So let's see what we can get out of these last 2 packs. You saw I believe this is the Demon of Dark Schemes. I could be wrong. Mythic in the set. We have Revolutionary Rebuff as our first. Spireside Infiltrator. Nice. I mean, awesome. Look at all that. All that gold, all that detail. Because I appreciate colors, and I appreciate just colors that pop and that stand out, but the detail that goes into something like this in the background here. If you can get this card, I'll try to see if the camera will focus. Look at all the detail in those gears. It's fantastic. I love it a lot. fantastic job. Let's see if it can refocus on us. There we go. Okay, so behind that, speaking of great colors, this card is not good, but the art is. I absolutely love this art. It is the Tasseled Dromedary. It is a camel. It's an 04 camel. There's really not much else to say about it except that it's got great colors. I don't want to ask for it in foil because I don't want this card in foil, even though it would look awesome. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Ether Theorist. So lots of blues. He's looking at the ether. It's like really in detail. He's got blue skin to begin with, but it's still properly contrasted. I appreciate that greatly. So there's the Ether Theorist. Behind that, Attune with Ether. Lots of ether. They're making me say it a lot, so hopefully I'll remember to pronounce it properly. It's got Nissa on it. I feel like I understand the reasoning behind it with the coloration of the blue ether, but I feel like Nissa just looks sickly and pale in this art. Again, I understand why, but she's usually so green, even in her skin tone, but here she just looks a little flushed and washed out, so interesting. Thriving Rats, more thriving creatures. This Thriving Rats, I like how it has adopted the look of the ether, or the filigree look of the ether on its fur like that, so that's really cool. Behind that, we have the Pima Outrider. Really cool. The flavor text on here says, connected as artificer and invention, bonded as rider and steed. Very similar to It That Rides as One from the last set from, wow, Eldritch Moon. It was a long time ago, guys. We have the Workshop Assistant after that. Another construct. Looks pretty cool, looks pretty similar to the other ones. We have the Glint Sleeve Artisan. I like this guy a lot. Shine Bright, Bolts Tight. Really cool. Just, the art looks cool. I like that flavor text a lot. Short and sweet. We have the Eager Construct, more artifacts, they look really cool. I don't know exactly what I'm looking at, like what part's necessarily supposed to be the head, I guess over here, but still, it looks really cool. I just don't know that I have all the details of it down yet. I'll take some more time and look at it. This, on the other hand, I know exactly what I'm looking at. This is the Filigree Familiar. I love this little guy. He's absolutely adorable. Not necessarily as adorable as some of the Gremlin Grubs, but there you go. Filigree Familiar, it's a fox. Super cute fox, and a really good card. And our first uncommon in this pack. We have a Minister of Inquiries. I love that he's ripping this book up. He's a Vidalkin. We're seeing a lot of Vidalkins. They're usually the ones that are in the consulate, which means that they're not necessarily the best people. But yes, we've got that. Behind that, we have Start Your Engines. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. I love it. It's super awesome. So there's that. I just love it. I mean, vehicles are fantastic. Again, playing with them is going to be great, and Start Your Engines is a great card for the vehicles. And our rare or mythic in this pack is something good. The Madcap Experiment. So not necessarily something good. I mean, the art's pretty cool. The card is neat, and that's about all I got. Behind that, we have a Swamp. I think we've seen a lot of different... I don't think we've had a duplicate land type or basic land type yet. This one looks fantastic. This might be my favorite one so far. So there's the Swamp, and behind that, another servo token, a different servo token than the one that we saw previously. So there you go. Our final pack in this rather lackluster pre-release kit. We have another one immediately after, but still, I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe this one has an invention in it, and that's why, right? A guy can dream. So, we have Spontaneous Artist again. Another Aviary Mechanic. Whoops, I'm getting a lot of glare on that. Sorry, guys. Vidalkin Blade Master. I like this guy a lot. He's got prowess. He may be the only card that I've seen in the set so far with prowess. Looks really cool. So there you go. Terror of the Fairgrounds, so more gremlins. Look at how cool this guy looks. I love that. I love that a lot. It's so awesome. We have the Kujar Seed Sculptor. Interesting. Kujar Seed Sculptor. Okay, it's an elf druid. It looks pretty cool. The lighting is nice on the card, so there's that. More Thriving Rats, more thriving in general. We've got another Glint Sleeve Artisan. We've got another Dukara Peafowl. We've got the Prakata Pillar Bug. This guy is interesting. I feel like at one point they wanted to give this guy Death Touch, but he's a pillar bug, so he's not really like venomous. But yeah, he gets Lifelink instead. Not necessarily the first ability I think of when it comes to black, but I guess that makes sense. It's usually more white in my opinion, but that's fine. We have a Pima Outrider again. We have a Long Tusk Cub, adorable. Look at this cute little cat. And again, the swirly filigree pattern on the fur as well. So there's the Long Tusk Cub. Behind that, I love this card so much. I love this art so much, I should say. The Weapon Craft Enthusiast looks absolutely beautiful. It's another Aetherborn, and it just says, no, I don't believe they have the proper permits for those, but I'm not going to be the one to ask. Amazing. Amazing, because look at how intimidating that guy looks. I wouldn't ask him either. So I completely understand. I love that flavor text. It's great. Behind that, another gold card in Restoration Gearsmith. Fantastic. We're just getting lots and lots of gold cards, which I like. Our rarer mythic is hopefully something good, and it is the Girapur Orrery. So, it's okay, I guess. It looks fantastic, don't get me wrong, but in terms of value, which is what you kind of want in a pre-release kit, not so much in this one. But here's the Girapur Orrery. Behind that, no foils in this box at all. We have an island. This island looks fantastic. That looks super awesome. Behind the island, another servo token. So, guys, that's the end of this box. Not that fascinating. I'll show this stuff to you again. We have a Girapur Orrery. Don't forget, we have a second box, so don't go away. But we have a Girapur Orrery, Madcap Experiment, the Lathnu Hellion, the Key to the City, the Wildest Dreams, and Inspiring Vantage. I feel like Inspiring Vantage is probably the best one out of the bunch. Amy and Dave, how you guys doing on that Thopter over there? You still coming?
At this point, it's really just being a little more ridiculous with it, but it's pretty much done.
All right, give it a show so people can see it under the camera over here. What do we got so far? Oh wow, that looks really good. Oh, it's flying. It's flying. Aw, hold on. Let's zoom out a little so everybody can see the Thopter. There it is. Actually, looks really good. Nice job, guys.
Trying to use as many of the parts as possible all at once.
There's still more parts?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
I think there's options to like make it however you want, but like this is the basic, well, not the basic construct, but
interesting.
Yeah, this.
There you go. Okay. Well, hey, we've got a second box, so you guys keep working on that while I open the second one. So here's the second one, as I mentioned. Let's get right into it. I won't show you all the fun stuff inside because we've already shown you that. Although, I do care about the D20. I always do. I try to get all 5. I always do my best to get all 5. Again, don't make me look stupid, box. There we go. Inside of this box, we get the blue one. Again, with the set symbol. There you go. I'll leave that on the side. I'll take the Thopter out and give that to Amy and Dave as well if they have time, but otherwise we'll just give it over. We'll get the packs here. Okay, so we'll get all the other stuff out of the way. Our promo, more importantly, is... Let's zoom in again so everybody can see the cards. Actually, here we go. We have a Story Spotlight card in the Fateful Showdown. The Fateful Showdown between Pia Nalar and Tezzeret. Who, if you haven't seen, hey, Tezzeret is on this plane. So there you go. Card looks okay in foil. The lighting at the top of the, I guess, Coliseum or whatever looks great. The light peeking through looks pretty awesome. So there you go, Fateful Showdown. I'll leave that on the side. As you can see, we've got packs once again. We're going to start with the Demon of Dark Schemes pack. As I said, I believe that's what it is. If I'm wrong, feel free to berate me in the comments section below. I can take it. I'm a big boy. So, we start with a Terror of the Fairgrounds again. Thriving Ibex. We're going to get some duplicates, which is great. It'll be able to go through a lot faster. Sage of Shalia's Claim. More filigree in the forest this time, or on the trees. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more for you guys. There we go. Now it's filigree in the trees. Here's another Live Fast. Absolutely amazing. Love that. Construct Skygate, or I'm sorry, Consulate Skygate. Can't read today, which is a problem. It's a wall. We haven't seen walls in a while, so here is a Defender Reach 04. Not bad for 2 mana. So there's that. We have a curio vendor. It's a vanilla creature, just like the wall had other things, but this is a vanilla Vidalkin, if you will, for alliteration's sake. But yeah, he's reflecting light. That's what he does through mirrors. We've got the Riparian Tiger. Awesome. Love it, despite the fact that I stumble on the name. It looks really cool. It's super green, which is amazing. Again, the variations in green or in blue or whatever on cards is great. I appreciate that his fur is tinged green. Here's another hype train, so all aboard the hype train. Choo-choo. We have the Eager Construct. We have Malfunction. This card's great. This card is super funny because you can put it on creatures. So you can just make creatures, regular random creatures, have malfunctions. Just awesome. I think that's really funny. If you're with somebody who appreciates humor in their game, try to make jokes about it and say that their random regular Vidalkin is malfunctioning. Pretty funny. Long Tusk Cub. You can make their Long Tusk Cub malfunction. But yeah, there's a Long Tusk Cub. We have the Trusty Companion. This is the Hyena, the dwarf pilot, whose name I'm not going to remember, who is a rare. She has this Trusty Companion. It is hers. But here it is. And then behind that, a Snare Thopter, New Thopter. Looks pretty cool. It's got haste. I like the art a lot. I like the sun shining in the background. Looks really cool. Our rare or mythic in this pack is, see if this box starts us off better than the last. Aether Squall Ancient. Fantastic. It's a huge, scary Leviathan. Opening this guy at pre-release would be great. Look at, oh my god, he's just massive, flying in the sky. Again, colors are fantastic. This card in foil would look amazing. So there's the Aether Squall Ancient. Behind that, still no foil, guys. We have a Swamp. It's actually a duplicate Swamp art for us, and a duplicate Servo art for us as well. We're on to, again, what I believe is the Angel pack. Hopefully we will see it soon enough. The Bouncy Angel, if I remember correctly. Here's a new common for us in the 9th Bridge Patrol. Looks really awesome. I like the fact that the staff looks like eyes. That's always pretty cool. Or the axe. I can't tell if it's a staff or an axe, but regardless, we got another Aether Theorist. We've got Appetite for the Unnatural. This monkey, or this cat monkey, or whatever you want to call it, is eating this bird artifact. And apparently, because he is doing so, he's allowing you to gain life off of it, which I guess makes sense, I guess. Maybe. Here's another Night Market Lookout. We saw that guy earlier. Glass Blowers Puzzle Knot. So here's the blue puzzle knot. Absolutely beautiful. This one may be the most beautiful one yet, of the puzzle knots at least. Behind that, Commencement of Festivities. Fantastic. Beautiful card. Again, would probably look amazing in foil with all the different colors in there, the petals, etc. So there's the Commencement of Festivities. Behind that, Chandra's Pyrohelix. Once again, Chandra just looks fantastic in this set. If you watch our Jar series, as I talked about, you will know how I feel about Chandra in this set, my predictions for Chandra in this set. We shall see how that goes. We have Prophetic Prism. Speaking of absolutely beautiful pieces of art, and a piece of art that I really, really hope I open in foil, Prophetic Prism. It's a reprint, but the art is new and amazingly beautiful. So, behind that, another Die Young, super sad. We've got Self-Assembler. Self-Assembler is interesting. It's flavorful, but odd at the same time. I mean, it's an assembly worker. We haven't seen assembly workers in a while, so I appreciate that. So there's a Self-Assembler. We have Underhanded Designs. I love this art. I love how it works for the card. I love that this person's ring just has a spike on the bottom. It looks like it's like purple, and there's some light on their hand because this is an Aetherborn, or Etherborn, excuse me. Wow, I'm trying. That this person's going to get stabbed in the hand. It's just going to happen. Awesome. Really, really awesome. I love it a lot. So there's that. We have the Sky Whaler shot, another absolutely beautiful piece of art. The lighting is fantastic. It's in the sky. It's flavorful, although it's a strictly better, I guess in my opinion, of course, a strictly better Radiance Judgment. If you don't know what that is, look it up, because that is an old card that basically did this for the same mana cost, but there wasn't a scry. Instead, you could cycle it, but that one also was power 4 or greater. This one's 3 or greater, so it's just, in my opinion, like I said, strictly better Radiance Judgment. So there's the Sky Whaler shot, and the Visionary Augmenter, aka the Dwarf in a Mech. A lot of people have been saying that this is Ripley from the Alien series. I will also throw out, despite the fact that people don't believe that Matrix Revolutions existed, the machines that they used in Matrix Revolutions to fight off the enemies, it looks like that as well, to me at least. Our rare or mythic in this pack is another Inspiring Vantage. Not doing so well today, guys. I don't know what's going on here, but we got another Inspiring Vantage. It's nice to have two, but I don't want two of the same one. There's a lot of cool cards in this set, and this is not the one I'm looking for. Behind Inspiring Vantage, we have an island, still no foils. It's a duplicate island art for us, and a servo. I guess you guys are going to have to tune into the second video to see a good box opening, hopefully, because we got 2 more boxes to open in the second video, so like I said, definitely stay tuned for that. We still have 4 more packs, counting this one that I'm opening now, so hopefully this box proves me wrong, but I'm not too happy about it to begin with. But here we go with the feels of Cathartic Reunion. We have Acrobatic Maneuver. Looks really awesome, just kind of leaning out over the open air like that. We have a Cowl Prowler, which is interesting to try to say, and it's a worm. Odd, and the kind of the colors in the worm, it looked originally, when I looked at this card, it looked like the worm was bleeding. It's not. It just somehow has tattoos, or that's just the pattern on it. Odd. Weird stuff. Night Market Lookout. Renegade Tactics. Another Renegade Freighter. I believe we saw one of these earlier. Yep, we did. So here's a Renegade Freighter for us again. Behind that, another pressure point. Lots of pressure points. A Bastion Mastodon. Pretty awesome. It's an elephant artifact creature. So we had a lizard earlier. We had now we have an elephant. We have birds. We have all kinds of animal artifacts. We have Welding Sparks. I believe that this is Pia Nalar on this card, but here's Welding Sparks. Card's pretty cool. Does pretty good work. So there's that. We have another Cogworkers Puzzle Knot. Behind it, we have Essence Extraction. Again, if you read the story, you learned that Aetherborn can do this. They can just steal life force from other creatures. So this is one of the Aetherborn doing that to this seemingly unsuspecting person. We have an Oval Chase Dragster because we need more vehicles. They are awesome. That wasn't a joke or me being sarcastic. I agree. We need more vehicles. Here is a Trample Haster with Crew 1. Just fantastic. I love this card. Super awesome. And our second uncommon. And our third is the Disappearing Act. Looks really awesome. Love the name of the card. Seems really cool. So yeah, just awesome. This one references Baral. Hopefully we'll see the card that shows him later, but it's not actually his card. I suspect he'll be an Aether Revolt, but we'll see. Our rare or mythic in this pack is another dual land, or another fast land, excuse me, in Blooming Marsh. This one looks beautiful. I'm not going to deny that it looks beautiful. It's just another land. Looking for kind of some more oomph here. But we've got Plains, which looks really nice, and we have another ad card, Boo ad cards. Another Chandra pack. Let's see if we can get something good. I'm begging for it at this point. Something good. 1, to make this video more interesting for you guys, but 2, because, hey, I get to keep these cards, and I'd like some good ones. So we have the Weldfast Wingsmith. We have Spontaneous Artist. Whoops. We have Aviary Mechanic. We have Vidalcan Blademaster, Ornamental Courage, Fortuitous Find. Looks really cool. I don't think this would be a good looking foil. It seems a little bit too dark. There's only a couple of bright spots here and there. The art looks great non-foil. I'm just saying I don't think it would look good in foil. Although to be fair, this is our, 9th pack that we've opened and we haven't seen any foils yet, so maybe there just aren't any foils in this set. I don't know. But there's Fortuitous Find. We have the Accomplished Automaton. He feels accomplished, so I hope that he is happy about that, I guess, because they can totally feel joy. Tezzeret's Ambition, this card is absolutely beautiful. Here's like our first real look at new Tezzeret and what new Tezzeret looks like. He looks absolutely incredible. I love it. His metal arm, just always so iconic, so amazing. So there's Tezzeret's Ambition. Another puzzle knot in the Metal Spinners puzzle knot. Not as good as the blue, not as good looking as the blue one, but this one looks really cool as well, so I appreciate that. Behind that, the Salivating Gremlins, which is, again, super flavorful that when an artifact enters the battlefield, it gets +2/+0 because it starts salivating, it's hungry, it's powered up, it's ready to go eat that artifact. Super flavorful, I love it. I love that so much. So, there's that. We have Nature's Way. Look at how awesome that card is. Terrifying. You put your hand up in front of your face while you're looking at this card, and you might think for a second that you're being attacked by that that green tiger thingy with tusks that we saw earlier. But yeah, no, awesome. Really looks really cool. First uncommon of this pack, Nature's Way. Minister of Inquiries again, and the Armorcraft Judge. Looks really cool. I think this elf is riding a rhino, and if that's the case, yeah, not Siege Rhino technically, but still, it's a rhino. It's our first rhino since Siege Rhino, and I'm sure that made a lot of people have flashbacks, terrible flashbacks. And our mythic, finally, it happened. We got a mythic, guys. It's the Noxious Gearhulk. Fantastic. I mean, this card's great. Opening this in pre-release would be great, so I'm glad that it's in this kit. Noxious Gearhulk, fantastic. And our first mythic, finally. Behind the Noxious Gearhulk, still no foil, we have a forest. It's a new forest art for us, I believe. And behind that, a Thopter token. It's a new Thopter token for this set, but the art is the same as the previous one, so we have that. We got a mythic, but that doesn't mean I don't want more. So here's the Demon of Dark Schemes pack. Let's see what he has for us as well. Amy and Dave are still toiling away back there. We've got 2 more packs to go, this one and one other, so let's see what we can do. We have the Spontaneous Artist again. Built to Last, really awesome. Art's cool, colors are cool, and it's a common that we haven't seen yet. So there you go, Built to Last. Select for Inspection again. Hijack. Amazing. It's the new version of this card, I will say, because there are vehicles now, and so you can gain control of target artifact or creature because you can hijack someone's vehicle. Just brilliant. I love, again, the naming of this card was really great. Threaten was the word I was looking for, I believe, the Threaten effect. But anyway, Cowl Prowler again. Maulfist Squad, first Maulfist Squad we've seen. Art is cool, would look great in foil, I'm sure, if we ever see a foil ever that isn't pre-release promo foil. We have the Propeller Pioneer. It's the first one of these that we've seen. Card's great. It can either be a bigger flyer or give you a servo as well as a flying body, which is, either way, is fantastic. We have the Workshop Assistant again. We have Salivating Gremlins again, talked about that guy. We have another gold card in Unsilenced Disintegration, which is, or Unlicensed Disintegration. I was like, Unsilenced doesn't make sense. That's because it's unlicensed. Unlicensed Disintegration, which does make sense and is really awesome. The colors are great. This dude's face, his maniacal face is great. So there's that. Behind that, another vehicle in the Demolition Stomper, which is really cool. Again, the card frame's cool, the vehicles are awesome, looking forward to using a vehicle in the future. And this is Crew 5 for a 10/7, and it's an uncommon, and it costs 6 mana to play. Like, just incredible. Awesome. Anyway, after that, we have Inventor's Apprentice. This card is art that was shown in one of the stories as well. Somebody that Pia Nalar was kind of mentoring. We talk about it in our jar series. You can check that out, as I said. Shameless plug for the final time. We have our rare or mythic is the Syndicate Trafficker. Not terrible, not amazing. He's just kind of there. Here's the Syndicate Trafficker. So there you go. Behind that, it looks like we've got something. Ho! It's a foil rare. It's a foil rare in Inventor's Fair, and that is a beautiful foil. How cool looking is that? And it's a foil rare. I guess I guess it was holding out on us because it had a foil rare in it. So, all right, I can allow that. But look at that. It's a foil rare. Look at the sky. It just looks so cool. It's a legendary land. It's a rare. It's foil. It's fantastic. That's amazing. So there we go with our Inventors Fair, foil Inventors Fair. We have a swamp, which is, I mean, this is the most beautiful swamp I think I've ever seen, with the kind of the setting sun, just putting amazing looking colors onto this swamp. And behind that, another servo token. We have one more pack to go. This box has been pretty good, actually, especially in comparison to the other one. So let's see what we get out of this Angel pack. It's the last pack of this kit. Like I said, we will have another video following this one soon after this one is released. We'll release the other one with 2 more kits to open, so stay tuned for that. We have the Weldfast Wingsmith, Demolish, reprint of Demolish, but this one has a gremlin on it because you're destroying artifacts. We have an Aviary Mechanic. Whoops. Oh, wow. See, and I was trying to get rid of this card. Failed Inspection. Awesome. Super zoomed in, but it looks amazing. Beautiful. Again, it's one of the Vidalcan Consulate Judge people. Again, failed inspection, so it doesn't look good enough to them, I guess. We have another Cat Monkey in the Wily Bander. We have another Prakata Club Security. We've had a bunch of those. We have the Dund Operative. Again, names of places on Kaladesh. Dund Operative. We have the Narnam Cobra. Cool art, beautiful picture, odd name. So Narnam Cobra, Propeller Pioneer, Workshop Assistant, had a bunch of those as well. The Iron League Steed is our uncommon in this pack, so another construct for us here. Behind that, another gold card in Engineered Might. We've gotten, I think, all unique gold cards so far, so that's pretty awesome. But here's an Engineered Might for us. That's pretty great. And an Era of Innovation is our last uncommon in this pack. It looks pretty cool. I don't have really much else to say about it. Our rare or mythic is a Marionette Master. How cool is this card? It's a 1/3, but you can put all the tokens on it and then just start sacking artifacts or blocking vigorously with artifacts or attacking vigorously with them. This card can really mess up your opponents. It could become a 4/6, just absolutely incredible. So there you go. Behind that, just an island and a servo token. While I show everybody this, guys, oh, good. Okay, I will sort through these. Dave is going to show you all the Thopter that he and Amy have made together. There it is. Yeah. Oh, they actually made both of them.
Yeah, there's 2 variations.
Look at that.
One is very inappropriate.
So you can turn it sideways, take a look at that. That's really cool. So if you get the time at your pre-releases, definitely see what you can do. Send us some pictures on Twitter. Our Twitter is in, the link is in the description. Send us some pictures of your cool Thopters that you've made.
These are not meant for adult hands.
They are very tiny and delicate looking.
It's difficult.
I can only imagine. That's why I made you guys do it, not me. Guys, I'm gonna finish this video off by showing you the cool things that we got in this video. Maybe some not cool things. It's entirely up to what you think. But you just saw it. Let's zoom back in to finish this thing off. We have the Marionette Master. We have the Syndicate Trafficker. We have the Aether Squall Ancient. We have the Blooming Marsh and the Inspiring Vantage. Behind that, we have our Mythic from the box in Noxious Gear Hulk, and the card that I'm going to leave you looking at, because it is the epitome of the set, is the Inventors Fair. This one is rare. It is foil. I love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you once again to Champion Card Collector for having us here for their pre-release in Poughkeepsie, New York. You can check out the link to their website down in the description below. They have us for all these pre-releases. We are so grateful to them for that. If you're in the Poughkeepsie, New York area, you should definitely come down. Maybe you'll even see me here, and then you should definitely come over and say hi. But here's our Foil Inventors Fair. Thank you guys so much, as I said, for watching. And I've been Joe for Amy and Dave from the Geek for All YouTube channel. As we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, We will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.